Let's go.
Look at this. People are saying it hasn't started yet. Is this a thing?
It's loading.
Is this thing on? It looks like it is. They're saying woohoo. It's on. It's on.
We're on.
Hello, everyone. Guys, we're here. This is the first Dear Albie Live. This will probably end in disaster. We're very, very excited to be here. It's going to be a complete, absolute mess. Here's the thing. Jules, real quick. We're going to get into a variety of, first of all, we're gonna address the elephant in the room. It's a little bit awkward between me and Jules today. I don't know how we're going to bring it up yet. I think we want to save it for the end.
Sure.
We're gonna save it for the end. We took Jules out last night for her birthday, and it's a fantastic story because this is the first time. Jules, you've asked me not to bring up a couple of details. It's fine. Okay, we're not gonna get too, but like you do understand. This is I don't know. Can we curse on this? How's this all work?
I think we can curse.
You do understand this is a show that I once brought up shitting in a box. On this show, I went down to the line. I didn't have to tell anybody. I could have took that to the grave. No one even saw it happen. I could have taken it to the grave. And so, I mean, we got to lead by example with this a little bit. It's a little bit of an Easter egg for later on. We'll get there. But this is the first Dear Albie Live. And with me, as always, is Jules. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
This is very, I can kind of see some of the comments and stuff. So, I mean, if you want to break down for everybody what they can do while we're watching this whole thing.
Yeah, so you can chime while we're recording. You can also send in video messages that we can pop up on the screen. So this is like live chiming as we go.
Chiving.
Chiming.
Chive. It's live chime.
Speak in. Where's Chris?
I just heard the thing go off. So we're here. We are at the Burton today.
Chris is here.
Chris has just we crisis averted. We almost had a little bit of a sibling issue. We're okay now. Ladies and gentlemen, really quick. We're gonna go over a little bit.
What's up, guys?
Chris is here.
I was locked out.
You're locked out.
Swear to God.
This is it. What do you think? You like it? It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm buried in the comments.
Can you guys see Chris?
What's up? Cool little audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a nice little time.
Squad.
Cool shirt.
Thanks.
You guys see?
So we have a lot. So basically, there's a lot of things you guys can do. Comment. There's also a way to, I guess you could actually video a response in, which is very, very cool. Jules is going to be holding it down on the computer. You're going to be moderating.
I'm going to be back and forth.
She's going to be back and forth. We will have you on as a guest.
Yes.
It's important. Got a lot. All right. So look, a couple things very quick. The impending nor'easter has prevented some guests from coming. But
That's not true though, because they would have been home before it started.
yeah, Candace said she had stuff to ship out for Dazzle Candy. Lauren, Candace said she had stuff for Dazzle Candy. Greg didn't pick up my phone call, and Lauren said no. That's basically where that is. Mom and Dad are supposed to be here. But I've got my well-dressed bear.
I didn't know it was a dress-up thing. I saw.
Nothing to dress up thing, but we're here. But we've got a really, really great group of people that are here. We're going to jump in. We got some great questions. And we're live. We've talked about doing this forever. This is open-ended. We have no idea how long this is going to go on for.
As long as we want.
As long as we basically want. We're here. We've got a great crew here. There's some people who meet for the very first time. But again, this is the benefit of doing a podcast is you guys don't see our face. So when we're kind of just ripping and making it up as we go, you've got the ability to just kind of like hide that.
Yeah.
But now we're just in it. We're here. So everyone's asking about drinking game.
Hat or hair for me?
You guys want to make that call real quick? Hat or hair for Chris? So we're gonna throw in some. So that's what's a drinking game. We're just kind of drinking as we go, and that's the fun of it. Making it a game.
Every time you hear
Florida
chime,
got dressed up.
Every chime. So basically, what we're gonna do is every chime or beat. Just take a sip.
My beat.
Yeah.
Perfect holiday gift.
Chris is all over that. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one quick little question here. I have this one. This is for Jules and Chris Manzo, but I think I'm gonna bring up a random first guest. I'm gonna switch it up because it deals with in-laws.
Okay.
And there's a couple different ways for me to play this. But Jules, you're gonna have to. So I want you to come back with. It's gonna have to be an intern versus intern interview in a little bit. So we're gonna ask. This is gonna be a very, very big deviation. I don't want to do this. We're gonna read the first question. Guys, introducing for the very first time, Jules gonna swap out.
But the question was for you.
Well, it's written for Jules, but it asks a lot about. I don't want to get too far into it. Perfect for you, obviously. I don't know how to introduce this person officially.
Okay. I think you should just
There's a
go.
lot of ways to do this.
I think you should go with the most literal.
But if we can, we want to jump right in. My girlfriend's mom, Chelsea.
I'm gonna provide a service on this during this Christmas spectacular that wouldn't typically be provided. I'm gonna say what the audience reaction is. Chris DeSanto just looked at Chelsea's mom like she just got called on to the Price is
Oh my
Right.
God.
He just looked at her with so much excitement
I bring
and like
cocktails.
you love the bitch. That's how you looked at him.
Wow.
Now.
People are gonna hold crew here. So
That was so
Thank you.
excitement.
So first of all, this is a big day for us. This is a moment for us. I know. We've talked about you doing the show forever. We finally got. Well, this is the way. I didn't think it was gonna be a
You kind
live
of
show.
threw me right
I didn't.
now.
I know. I should have probably given you a heads up. But like, what's the point of that? We're fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. So first official Dear Albie live question right here. We're making notes as we go. It says, and I'm going to show you guys too. There are some pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Her mom is so pretty and looks ageless.
Oh, I love you.
That's
Who
great.
wrote that?
English, Chris.
How do you get the comment up like that?
Well, Jules, that's a moderator, Jules. This is like the real life version of Jules highlighting stuff. You guys will see it right here. It's a very Jules gets hardcore on the highlights. Kind of well, it's hard to see, but very, very hardcore on the highlights. It lets me know what it's like actually to bring something home. I do have. I love her and Chelsea. They're so pretty. I haven't been complimented once on this. Not even one time. We've got 2 compliments there. I haven't gotten it once. Anyway, so we got our first question ready to go. We're
Ready.
starting the show with you.
I'm ready.
It's a very big deal. Are you excited?
This could be a Jeopardy question.
Yeah. So here we go. You guys ready to roll? Here we go. Dear Albie, hey Albie, Jules, and the entire crew. First of all, happy holidays to all. I need, this is in bold, I need an honest opinion on getting a COVID test in order to see someone. My backstory is this. My husband and kids and I usually always have Christmas at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house. Parenthesis, who I can't stand. And every year since we've had kids, I've hated taking them away from their new stuff, from Santa to go there to their cousin's house. My dream has always been to stay home in our PJs and let the kids play with their new toys and just veg out. Every year I stress about getting them dressed and out the door on time, looking presentable, because my sister-in-law is a very judgmental and materialistic person. Anyhow, I digress. Her parents are visiting from Florida, as they normally do every year. But this year, we were asked by my sister-in-law to get COVID tested in order to come over. I have no plan on doing so. Am I wrong? Am I being stubborn? They aren't my parents, and we haven't seen them in a year. And going another year won't be the end of the world for us. I've made up my mind. I just need an outsider's opinion. Thanks, and have a happy and safe holiday. Badass mother.
I think someone should point out that for a question that involved in-laws someone can't stand, he called you up for this. And I don't
That is
know.
a really good
Just addressing
point.
the
What are you
elephant
trying
in
to
the
say,
room.
Al?
I'm just saying, like, it's just, I just. What are you trying
But
to say?
you lied. You said you got the COVID test, came back positive, and you can't leave the house for 2 weeks. Is what you did.
Honestly,
Because then you did what she did, and you don't have to see her. You
first of all, here's the thing, all right?
Yeah.
And this is why I like this. She goes in and says, I usually always have Christmas at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house, who I can't stand. Off the bat,
that was
brother and sister-in-law, who I can't stand. So, do you think, a couple of things. Do you think, number one, teeing it up like that, Christopher, like, you know, and it's really a good one for Charles in a way, but who would be the more difficult brother-in-law, knowing both of us, Chris or me? So in other words, if you're basically Vito.
You're really gonna see that.
Yeah.
In the middle of the two of you. The most difficult? I love you.
I was just gonna say, if I could butt in and give you advice, say me, because there will be no repercussions, and he'll never come up again.
Al
But-
knows how much I love him, but it would definitely.
I think I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I think I'd
I'm
be the more
pretty
difficult
similar.
of the two brother-in-laws. I'd be the more difficult of the two. I just feel like that's kind of how it is. Stay home and enjoy your family who you want to be with more, or lie and say tested positive.
Yeah.
That's
like
I'm
you
with
said,
that.
wow.
Lie and say tested positive.
So look, I like to get right into the question, but here we go. Her parents are visiting from Florida. First of all, they're visiting from Florida.
Right.
That's, let's be real, okay? As they do every year, but they were asked to get a COVID test in order to come over. Now, saying no to getting the test, I gotta be honest, yeah, it's messed up.
No, it's not messed up.
Why
It's
do you
I
think
don't
so?
want because I have too much shit going on. It's Christmas. I don't need a Q-tip up my nose right now. Don't ask me to get that. So if you say don't come here without a positive, without a negative test, then I understand why you're asking me to do it, but I don't need to fill your rider to see you on Christmas. It's just unnecessary.
On the real, very quickly, I have been next to Chris getting a COVID test. It is the most fantastic thing I've ever seen in my
It's the
life.
worst thing.
You choke for no reason. Like, you know when you get the
Terrible.
threat test, oh God. The strep test, and there's so many gags. It's up your nose. It was fine. I'm there. No big deal. One thing.
It's
You
so
literally
bad.
jumped up.
The second lady was very gentle. The first was rough.
He basically was like, "No, get out of here. You're cold in the left."
That's really different.
Did you feel it behind
No,
your eyeball?
yeah, I felt it for honestly weeks. It was horrible. I hated it.
It's not a fun thing. But look, I think if someone's asking you to get a COVID test, right? Are you being stubborn? Yeah, I think you are. Like, I think. Look.
No, because she doesn't want to go.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. That's the point. If you want to lie, don't lie and say you got the test and it's negative. Lie and say you got the test and it's positive. Now you don't have to go.
I also would like if the people that ask these questions can say thanks for the advice if they're listening.
They are listening right there. Look, they say preach Chris.
That's other people though. The person that asked, I don't know if it answered their question. That'd be cool.
I don't know.
I like that
Is badass mother in here? Is this our mom?
Bam for sure.
It might be our mom. I always wonder, if somebody that we know has written in for things before.
Well, that's how we started the first 4 months of this whole podcast.
You all wrote the
We wrote our own questions.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the mailbag is full. The mailbag is full.
We seriously were like, go ahead, you're such liars. We would just think of what were good questions.
There it is. Thanks for the advice.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh.
Okay. Do you think it's really her?
No.
Well, I would think a lot of people are maybe in the same situation as
Now,
you.
are you? So you're a fantastic host. Okay.
Thank you.
When you host parties this year in the middle of the COVID, okay, do you yourself worry about? Well, have you thought of putting such little restrictions in place, like saying, "Hey, I need a test. I need this. I need that."
No,
You haven't thought of that.
no, not at all.
If
I've
somebody
thought
asked
about
you
it. I
To
just,
get a test.
I think that people should just be smart. If they're not feeling well, then obviously you don't go somewhere. I just feel that a lot of people have been using this as an excuse to not do things that you don't want to do. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm not coming out because I'm nervous, but they just really don't want to come out and see you. Like they don't want to do it. You know? And some people, older people, honestly, I understand their reservations, they're cautious, but I think a lot of people have been using it as an excuse. And I think it's just good judgment. I mean, I would still host things in my home and I would say, if you're comfortable coming, we'd love to have you, but I would not require anybody to come in with like a test.
So if you then were going somewhere and they required you to get a test, would you be offended by that?
No, I guess I would understand it. I mean, I think this whole thing's made everybody a little crazy. I just probably, unless I really, really wanted to see the person, I wouldn't go and get a test. I'd just be like, you know what, I'm sorry, let's pick up next year. I'll see you next year.
So, Christopher, if let's say it was somebody that you actually did like, okay, two things, I have a two-part question. If taking this out of it, if somebody that you really did like and want to see said go get tested, okay, so like you're in a situation where Cassandra's parents say you have to get tested to come here.
Yeah, then of course.
Okay.
But if I don't want to go in the first place and you're giving me an out, I'm taking it
Here's
out.
the thing where I'd like to go, right? Maybe they don't really want her to come and they know she wouldn't get a test, so that's their way to make sure she doesn't come. That's fantastic. That's really, really great. We should start using things for that.
I've been doing a lot of
Well, this is kind of where I'm going to next. I wish we could test for other things. Like COVID to me is like, go get tested for that, whatever, until you, yeah, it's crazy. Go get tested unless you can't come. I wish we could test for other stuff.
What would you like to test?
I don't know, just other things. Like to me, at this point, like why not? Like, oh well, you have to get a blind test before you come in.
Let's do it.
We should start the man. Who do you think we can like? Do you think that if we had a real conversation with, like, let's say a Vito?
Vito wouldn't do it. Vito would never get tested.
You don't think?
I mean, maybe COVID because he works around people, but I mean, like to go to an event, he would just not go. No one wants to stay home more than Vito.
All right. Well, hey, I don't know. I personally think that if you want to go and they make you get a test, you really don't want to go to say you got tested and basically, or you don't feel well. That's a nice and easy thing if you want to avoid it. But otherwise,
well, my thing is, if you lie and say you got tested and it came back, you can kind of put it on them. You can be like, oh, I'm still waiting on my results. I would have been there if it weren't for your rule. You can blame them for you not being there, which is golden. You have very few of those opportunities.
Or like you said, I'm just not feeling 100%, not sure, just better lay low and not chance it.
Are you excited for a second round of holidays together?
So
Well,
excited.
that was your first ever Dear Albie. How do you feel? It's like,
It's fun.
Someone wants Urbano.
Well, we're gonna switch it up right now. Well, first of all, can we clap it up for me?
Happy holidays,
A lot of people are gonna want to. I think the bigger thing is gonna be the first time meeting a mom with our mom.
Yeah,
It's
your
gonna
mom
be
and
pretty.
I should do it too.
You guys are clicky.
But now you can put the word official before your Instagram.
That's true.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Am I giving off Andy Cohen vibes?
Is that what you're going for?
No,
No,
I'm just kind of feel like with the lights.
No, I don't think so. The lights
I
are
have a love
something.
just there on
The
my chest.
centering is bothering me. Like how there's so much room after you and so little room after
Well,
me.
you want to go this way? Here, look. Here we go. You know what? This is the next one's very, very important. We've got a good one here. The man's being requested. Ladies and gentlemen, is he here?
Nope.
Bono's not here.
I saw him in there.
Oh, and I love the haircut.
Really?
That's what I was trying to say to you before. Good haircut.
How are we doing so far?
Move in.
You gotta go. We're just.
That's what I was trying to say.
Why don't you move to the middle? Want somebody?
Well, I think the middle is a good seat for the whoever's being invited
Oh
up.
wow, people are already on you.
Because man's 08.
No Venmo chat. This is, I think a lot of people think we make this up. Okay, when it comes to the Venmo thing, I was legitimately very, very upset about the Venmo.
Continue. I know you were upset.
I know,
Nice
I'm just saying, it was a legit. He once did the math on your birthday, you made a ridiculous.
Yeah, I made not ridiculous. I made like $50 on my birthday.
Yeah.
And also somebody like.
I almost guarantee you that.
Well,
Venmo
now
was,
I mean you've
I
been
almost
doing that.
guarantee you that Venmo was up.
Well, you've been doing this podcast so long that people probably don't even know what the hell we're talking about. When the show first aired, we were talking about how I didn't like doing it and how you would just show up at my apartment and start doing a podcast. And you said the comments are full. I said, when my Venmo is full, I'll give a shit. And then I said, Chris Mann's 08. And then people started Venmo at me, and then it just became a funny thing. And I said I was going to do something charitable with the money, and I think I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, not waiting for Q at all. Our violence here. Maybe we'll get Jules, can they hear us? Should we get a little closer? You good? Talk a little louder. Okay.
I do feel underdressed now that I'm here.
Why?
Because everyone else is dressed up. And
Do you want my stand?
no, I'm good.
I just had a Twilight
vibe.
Zone moment because it's reversed. So I was like, this isn't Al.
So Urbano, someone said, bring me Urbano.
I'm here. They want to know how old you are. Well, didn't you say this on the show once?
40. I'll be 49 in May, so I'm 48.
I can't really see the comments in real time. I don't know how that's working.
I don't have my glasses.
Well, I mean, you'd have to be for sure.
You know what's funny? I said hat or hair, and somebody commented hair. And then I scooted over to the right where the comments weren't blocking my face, and that same person wrote hat.
Dude, look at this. Here we go. Wait, tell the Breaking Crew hi and thank you from Flirtationship
Lola!
Lola. We saw that was Lola, guys. Lola from the pictures.
Remember you told her not to be the founding father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we have our, Reese here. Reese gonna we're jumping in soon. So we're having a good time. How do you feel?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I think
This
so.
I mean, Are we doing a good job, guys? How's it all going?
I don't know.
Urbano, did you see your picture on the Greek?
I did.
There's
Very
a reading.
sexy.
The only
Thank
people
you.
that I can see right now is Urbano, Chris DeSanto, and Bree.
That's a picture of Chris DeSanto, like if someone took a picture of him cutting your hair. Like that's the way it looks like. He looks like he's giving you a haircut in that picture.
Do you see everybody's reindeers?
I did see everyone's reindeer. That's
Deer.
fun.
Oh.
Anyway, we have so much to go over. We got
Let's
another
go.
question. We'll just jump in. Well, I mean, do you want to address the young lady that asked how old you are?
48. Yeah. I have Venmo too. I want to start GoFundMe.
Tell them what you really want to start.
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans.
All right, so
Yeah.
guys, really quick before we get into this.
I don't know what I'm gonna put.
I have been desperate to have an episode where we feature people, like people that were just kind of like going to college or doing whatever that started on OnlyFans out of nowhere. You
Oh,
know,
thanks, Michelle.
nice to put a face to the name. Thanks. Michelle. Anyway,
Thanks, Michelle.
So you want to start an OnlyFans for people in college?
no. I want to talk to people that have an OnlyFans.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Because
That's
I
not
did some
fun.
math. I really think OnlyFans is going to change so much, not so much for the better. I think OnlyFans is really going to make the world a crazy place.
I think now a lot of people are making money on it. People who tour or people who do live performances or drag performers.
No.
or
I just mean like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm just the way you want.
Yeah. Well, I just want to take people's money and have them watch me rant. I'll work
So
those.
you're gonna have an OnlyFans that's gonna do what? Are you gonna get a little bit of risque, or you want?
No, maybe it depends on my mood. Maybe I just want to talk about my bike flat tire or yoga or like the lady at Starbucks, or maybe like I'll wear a shirt or not.
wear a shirt?
I usually don't wear shirts.
No, I was gonna say. If you guys are here anytime at the birthday, you'll more than likely catch Urbano official.
Usually, it depends. I like to dress for the purpose.
He's quite good like that. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. Dear Albie, my best friend has a baby with a complete loser. He's struggling with his sobriety, and he goes back and forth about whether or not he even wants to be with her. Their baby is 4 months old. They were not together during conception and have only been dating for the last 6. He kicked her out and the baby out recently, and she found out he's been cheating. She somehow still wants to try and work it out since her baby is so young and the baby daddy has sobriety issues. She thinks when/if he gets sober, he might be better. I've already spoken with my supportive friend words, but I'm wondering if I should step up with the tough love, leave his ass, he deserves better. That was his house. It's not my place and it's none of my business. I'm aware of that, but I'm having a really hard time watching my best friend struggle. Help. Maggie, who's on the podcast, I love you guys.
Stop looking, Maggie.
First of all, I think that's the same Maggie that's commenting.
Oh, Maggie's here?
I spelled it the same
Maggie
way,
is-
which I guess is the only way to spell Maggie. But she kind of covered what I was going to say, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if it's your business,
It's
man.
none of your business.
You don't think so?
No, you tried, you did your best, and now
Yeah.
you're asking strangers their advice
Yeah.
for it. I'm not to be a dick, I just don't think
Ooh.
it's
Leave his ass. Class.
with the class.
Leave his ass.
That's how she said it. I agree with you that the guy's no good and all that,
Yeah,
but
but-
it's not like
It's not your business.
Yeah.
And you can't really put it on his sobriety. The baby's 4 months. The baby's
Like-
4 months. You're better off going now.
Girl, get the fuck out.
But I do
Guys,
think
saw my
also-
flying around at all.
what was it? Oh, also the baby's young enough to they won't even know. You could
Doesn't
you could
matter.
say Urbano.
Hold on, real quick. If it's your best friend, I don't think I agree with the it's not my place.
But I think, but it seems like she did everything she could, and now.
But it's not her place. Everyone has their own. That's right. Focus on you and your baby.
But that's not. But it's not her baby.
Exactly.
Right.
What's your friend's baby?
No, and I get that. But I feel like maybe write her a letter. We find a happy medium.
Or maybe just mind your neck and focus on you. And do what is good for you. And ultimately, if you're gonna break up as friends, it doesn't really matter because she got a kid. If she's gonna stay with this man, then you're just gonna be collateral damage. It's none of your business.
And it doesn't seem like anything that she doesn't understand already.
You're right,
Sometimes
Cassandra.
when you tell your friend an honest opinion, the friend ditches you and goes back to the loser.
Yeah.
Sandra said that. Shots fired. Look, you're talking about a situation.
I think so.
It's not actually Cassandra.
It's like Cassandra Berkeley.
No, Barkley.
Oh, I can't.
Oh,
my
Barkley,
goodness.
yeah. Now, look, I think, when he kicks you out and all the other stuff, I mean, your friend, I don't think she's giving her bad advice.
No, she's not. But I feel like she gave it, and you can't stress over your friend's
But
bad
she didn't. No. Look at the question. The question at the end of it, right, is she's spoken in her supportive friend's words, but she's wondering if she stepped up to something else. I don't think that, because if
Buy her some
talking-
therapy for Christmas. Buy her a therapy session.
We had a
She needs
sponsor.
therapy.
We had the sponsor. That was that was doing some type of therapy thing. I would look into that,
Yeah.
or go to Vermont.
That's it.
Shout out Vermont.
Shout out
Shout
to
out
Vermont.
Vermont.
By Beak.
Have you heard the? We didn't know any of that was happening. We just heard.
No, I didn't know about it until you told me today.
Dad called. Dad, are you watching this? You watching Dad? Anybody? I don't know. Is my dad in this? I can't. We gotta find out. He might be. Imagine he's on his way. He just walks in, just like kind
They
of.
might be on their way.
They might be. I had no idea.
I'm so conflicted. Every time I look at this way, I'm like, that's not Chris. I'm gonna stop looking at the camera.
I just looked dead straight.
Urbano. I mean,
By
that,
Beak.
By Beak. Well, that's a drink. We all take a sip. Beak. Somebody beak.
Not prepared.
Oh, by Beak.
I have one over there.
All right, so
Urbano, while you
I
have.
think we're done with that question, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, while we have the audience here,
Yes.
is there anything else you want to go over with our friends? I mean, anything else about you they should know?
My Venmo,
It
Cash
works.
App,
It works.
direct deposit.
You know what I'm realizing? I didn't even say watch this just now. I am all just befuddled. Right here.
Beak.
So Urbano, you've been having quite the. Why don't you just give a little bit of a background on you? Because I want the audience to appreciate you.
In terms of what?
Ask yourself. Tell them who you are. Everybody else has gotten this little bit of intro. You've made such an impact on the show so quickly.
Oh,
It's meteoric. The rise. Meteoric.
meteoric.
Ancillary.
Ancillary.
you know.
I don't know. 48.
Okay.
I have back hair.
1 of 11.
1 of 11.
There you go.
Your mom and I have that in common. I am number 11. 8 of us were born in Italy. 3 of us were born in America. Italian was my first language. I was born in the beautiful suburb of New Jersey called Elizabeth. 2 Fs. I bought my first pair of gold teeth from Broad Street in Newark when I was 16.
You still have those?
Somewhere in my intestine.
I'm more interested in you saying your first pair. How many pairs have you bought?
I don't know. I had Herb. I had Urbano. I had the U.
This is pre-grills, I'm assuming. Because grills.
Well, no,
were
it was grills, but it was
2006.
grills like the first time.
Okay.
It was like
What year was this?
88,
Okay.
89.
It's like more pioneers.
Like Eric B. and Rakim days.
Yeah, this is like when this is like the beaded necklaces were big too.
Fat Chains.
Yeah.
Run DMC, LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper.
Okay.
Pre-club.
The saddest of a collection of airplane bottles are building in that table.
Uh,
All drinking like 4-ounce bottles of things.
I've
It's
seen
the
that.
saddest little thing.
a little nervous.
Leave me cheese dip. Leave me alone.
Well, listen, we've got right now. We're gonna go back and forth. They have them all over there. It's just a fun little thing. What do you see this?
Super fun.
It's fun. It's fun, right?
Super fun.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. Don't put it on speaker. Pick it up.
I'll be back.
Well, you know, we're gonna jump down real quick. I will call you back, sir.
Bye.
Guys, Urbano for the very, very first time. We're gonna have to squeeze in for this one a little bit, but I'm trying to see. Do we have a couple of things? You know, I think we have specifically a number of different questions for one specific person. I would like. What's up, Jules? You all right?
Yeah.
You meet your guys, boss lady. What happened?
Going back up.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in right now. This is gonna be a good one. Guys, this is gonna be a triple introduction. Okay. I hope everybody at home. Okay. We're gonna go one by one. First person we're gonna call up. You guys are gonna be introduced to the Berkeley crew in order. Okay. First one. I didn't want to say what I'm watching right now. Bree, let's go. We need you up here. You're such a star. Bree's one of our favorites here.
I just felt the same way that I felt walking down the path at graduation.
At graduation?
Yeah, when I
It's a
graduated.
big moment. Give everybody a wave, Bree. We're
Hi,
here.
everyone.
Next up, would you, this is a little bit of it's been an argument. This is the heartthrob of Berkeley. Is he the Nick Lachey of what we're gonna talk to?
Oh, he is the Nick Lachey. That was the perfect description.
Mike Florio in the building, ladies and gentlemen. This is honestly everybody's computer's just about to burst. The comments are gonna go nuts. I need some pretty immediate feedback. Who's your? Nothing. What? We have Mike here in the building.
Hello, everyone. Who is Nick Lachey?
What are you talking about?
No, dead seriously.
Ashley or Jessica Simpson?
Me?
What do you mean Ashley just said
No. Nick Lachey date.
Nick Lachey. I don't think Nick Lachey dated Jessica Simpson.
Right?
Mario Lopez's little brother. Guys, this is Heartthrob Mike. Mike
How we
is
doing,
here.
everyone?
We call him Mikey Bottles.
Yeah, we do.
I think, Chris, we're gonna have. Let's have. Well, we can
Make room for him.
Think we make this work? We can make this work.
Yeah, we could.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Angel is in the building. We have one more chair. We're gonna make this work.
Yeah.
Look, he's hotter than Nick Lachey. You don't know who Nick Lachey is.
Oh,
This is
you
great.
have,
I'll tell you what's messing with me right
Are
now.
people saying that?
Yeah, people are
guys
saying, there we go. Yeah, you guys are
Aw.
perfect. This is so nice. Look at this.
This is.
So we've got Chris
Christmas
Angel, Mike Florio, and Bree are all here. Guys, how are we doing?
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Phenomenal.
Thanks for having us.
They're very, Chris, right there.
spilled tequila on so
That's good to know. So we're
Thanks
here.
for having me there.
It is a non-work day.
It's a non-work day.
Obviously. But we're gonna get into. You guys don't. I don't think you totally understand how the show was first founded. I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a very long time.
Yeah.
So when we first started the show, we were taking old Dear Albie questions. Do you know what Dear Albie is?
Of course.
So we were taking old Dear Albie questions, and we were just, so she was a very famous advice columnist. And basically, good-looking crew. Everyone, see, look at this. We got like a little bit of a Vanderpump vibe going on.
I don't know how you can read anything that's on that screen.
It comes up
someone
on the screen.
said
I can't. I have bad
That's how I know.
eyesight.
We're a little bit blind, dude.
And so we have a lot of things. I don't know if we might have you back up. We have a couple of you guys back up here a little bit. We want to introduce you to the crew. It's very helpful, I think. Put a face to the names and all that other stuff. You have any good night, guys?
Have a good night.
I
We're
haven't
the
seen
crowd back there taking
I know.
We've been taking airplane shots for about.
I see you guys brought
An hour.
brought some backup with you. I see that.
Yes.
They brought a bottle of tequila that was advertised.
Yeah.
So-
Should we give a shout out?
Well, towards the end, I want to make sure you watch it. We gotta make sure. We gotta make sure. So this is a old school Dear Albie that I'm going to ask you guys are. They asked, what are your rules at the Berkeley? We'll go in order. Bree was day one. Bree was literally the
I'm
first.
Bree does everything.
I'm employee number 1. I do everything you can imagine. I stock the shelves.
Bartend,
I
she
serve the
waitresses.
people.
That's it.
I do it all. But
And stand-up comedy.
I usually
Soon
try
to
to make
be.
Albie laugh.
Soon to be stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy.
Watch out.
To do stand-up comedy.
Or keep your head up.
And then Mike's here. Mike's nickname around here, guys, is Mikey Bottles.
Yeah,
Mike is
he
Mike
pops the
Beer.
bottles.
He's
He
the premier
sells
bottle
the
server.
bottles.
It was one night, I think it started because there was one night we were about to close down. It was just me and Chris Manzo here, actually. It was a Thursday. The only two working. I started July 4th. I think the first weekend was the first week of July, right? Or the last weekend of June.
June 26th.
So I started July 4th, and then that following Thursday, me and Chris Manzo just getting to know each other. He wants to close the bar down. And I was like, all right, come on, there's a few more customers. Let's bang out a couple more drinks. He goes, no, we're shutting it down. The only thing you're left to do is, the only thing you're allowed left to do is sell bottles. So I sold 3 bottles that night, just to random people walking along the bar. And yeah, that's how I got the nickname. Mikey Bottles.
And then Chris Angel, because honestly, well, I tried to make mine free work, and that went over everybody's head. Chris Angel, mine for the whole thing. But Chris Angel is here, frankly, just because he's an angel. So what do you do? Introduce yourself.
I get on Urbano's nerves.
No,
but well,
Urbano drives Chris up the wall.
or I drive Urbano up the fucking wall.
A little bit.
A little bit.
So we're gonna go in. We're gonna jump right into it, Dear Abby. All right. So old school, Dear Abby, can't you do something about putting a stop to these Christmas parties for employees only? Every year I go through the same thing with my husband. He says if he doesn't go, his coworkers will think he thinks he's too good to party with them, and he stays out practically all night and is hungover for 2 days. We fight about this months before and months after, and I know other couples who have the same problem. Hates holidays. So that's asked of Dear Albie years ago, and we're obviously asking on this show. The reason I wanted to bring this up, we wanted to do a post-summer party, a little bit of a holiday party, which we're getting to. It's kind of like a little bit of what we're doing now. Turn this into a bit of a holiday party here, right? And Bree came up with a policy that I said, when I read this, I was like, this is a question for Bree.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
You came up with the significant other policy for the Berkeley holiday party.
I forgot about that.
Do you want to share that with the folks at home?
I think it was they were allowed but like not suggested, something like
Oh,
that.
Allowed but not encouraged.
Not encouraged. Yes.
So not allowed but not encouraged.
They are in there. They can come, but like
We prefer if they don't.
back off.
Now, why does that? Do you feel that, like, so right here, right? So this is obviously a significant other that doesn't like the fact that people get along very, very well with, like, we're a very tight knit group.
We are.
We are.
It's almost
It's
like
hard to break in.
It's
Little
a family
family.
thing, and it's preventing, even in a weird way, which we have to stop now. We have so many kids that are going to be open in the summer, but. Like, it's prevented in a weird way from other people that have even gotten hired outside that window to get, like, super close to you guys.
Correct.
Do you find that, like, do you think significant others have a hard time understanding that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can say
I
yes
do.
to that 100%.
Personally.
From personal
I would definitely say yes. Chelsea's definitely an exception to that because she's
Oh,
around.
yeah.
gonna bring it up.
She's a
My
part.
favorite.
She's a part.
Chelsea
Chelsea's
hangs out. Chelsea's always been there. She was also working day one. I remember
Day
July
one?
4th. She
No,
was put to
even-
work. Al made her sign employment
I
papers.
did. That was a big day. I made
My
Chelsea
first
sign
day,
off.
Chelsea was like, "All right, I'm here. I got you. Whatever you Doesn't need." that I mean was like, you're "What are you not talking about?"
Actually, yes, we did sign. Well, one of the reasons I had her sign, I was like, there are definitely provisions of that whole thing that we're definitely in that spot. Chelsea will be here very, very soon. But, yeah, no, because I do think that was, and it's not like we're, like, there's nothing about it that I think people are worried about. It's almost like bringing new people in.
Yeah.
Like, it almost throws off the vibe. It's
No,
like you
people
guys have
are
a good
just
time.
Because
confused
we
how
all-
we got so close
Exactly.
so fast.
We
Like,
all
people
just
don't
have such
understand
a great dynamic.
I don't
together.
even think we understand it. It just,
Yeah,
like,
it's
kinda
weird.
happened.
Yeah.
We became best friends
Yeah.
so quickly.
I see her 3 times a week now.
And you guys didn't know each other at all, right?
And we did not.
No.
We've never met.
Not ever.
Not ever.
It is true. We met 5 months ago.
Yeah.
They all slept over my apartment.
Yeah, I feel like I've
2
known
weeks
you
we,
ago.
we were all
Oh, this is
I feel like
bedroom.
us three shared a bed.
Oh, God.
a couple years ago.
Jules taking headshots. Brittany Davis is coming.
How do I know that? That's my best friend who said that.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, it's
Yes.
Allison. Allison.
This is messed up. I give you full permission to dodge this question.
We're gonna dodge that. We're gonna pretend like that.
Kill Chris right off the cake.
Oh. We know that's what you want to do.
Ooh.
Don't
bring that in here. Don't bring your beef in. Yeah.
Yeah, so Albie is giving Chris and I advice going back due to our 10th grade drama.
Yeah.
So Chris and I have been friends for about 20 years at this point. I brought him.
This was the first thing.
I brought him into the hotel for the rest of the show.
No, Alex said Alex. If Alex
So-
is watching, shout out to Alex. and Greg.
Alex and Greg were supposed to be here also. Alex Cesarini, Greg's fiance, is who actually brought Mike and Chris here.
Yes.
And that's kind of, it's like one giant fam with that whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have been friends for a very, very long time.
I think that's a piece of the connection on how we all got so tight. There was always like a friend of a friend, like some mutual connection that like it wasn't just a complete random person out of the blue. And then the fact of like we went to battle together.
Yeah, no, we went through
All
a
of us.
trauma, a true trauma.
I can attest, Albie and Chris Manzo, that's true, but Albie and Chris Manzo have literally both been washing dishes. I've witnessed it before.
Cooking. You guys have been in
Albie
shower.
and
and Chris Manzo have gone to war for.
They've gone to
all
war
of us.
for all. We've all gone to war together. We're basically all a big.
They've led us through the war.
And I think, no, but that's like the part of the connection on how
Yeah,
everyone's
I
like,
agree. Urbano said it perfectly. Trauma bonds.
there you go.
Army.
We're gonna do a third word for like your team in war. How that goes.
That was a bad look. That was a bad look.
Anyway.
We're gonna pretend like that didn't
No,
happen.
it's fine. So I mean, look, I think we've had a lot of fun together. Obviously, working here has been a great time.
Kidding. It's the
It's
best
been the
time
best
of my whole
time.
life.
I moved to Jersey.
You
Yeah,
really did.
I
Chris
did.
really
I
moved to
really did. I was
Jersey,
living
too.
up in Westchester. I moved down here.
He wanted to be a member of Jersey
Yeah,
Shore,
I did.
so he came here.
It's true. Very true.
So what's going on with the house this summer? What's it out?
There's a lot of things that we're kind of toying around. I think that, you know, look, everyone was staying at the hotel. When you work at a hotel,
Yeah.
and you have people that are driving as far as they do, we don't like the idea of people driving that late on that stuff. So we'd have to grab rooms or whatever. And I just think it almost would be like this thing how insane this is. It would almost be safer to get you all just. I'm literally
To
thinking
give us a
just
home.
of
To give us a home.
having us
A home
rent
base.
a house
A home
for you
base.
guys to just stay in.
A
At least we have
home
eyes on you people
Yep.
all of the time because I have to get calls later night from the hotel. Like, you know,
You gotta set up a little camera.
it's a whole thing. Especially in Halloween too. It's nuts. We have obviously a lot of stuff going on, but no, we obviously love you guys very, very much. Glad you guys are here.
Happy to
Glad
be
you're
here.
We're so happy.
What, you didn't come from work? You just say this all the time?
No, I think
Listen,
we were
I
they were
pulled-
trying
He
on
pulled
their
the shit out of
outfits
his
on
car before we
FaceTime.
came here.
Listen,
Show socks.
like it.
Jay's got this show on.
Wow.
Like Albie and Chris, I come from an Italian mother who made me send.
Trust him.
I made her.
Shout out to Lou Bear.
She made me send my shirt and khakis to her for her to sign off on them.
Wow.
So she would never
She
let
did.
me.
Go on
She
to
did.
house.
She would never let me come underdressed.
She was the
No.
voice of the
She would never let you
Monster
show up less than perfect in her eyes. She's the best.
Looking good, guys. I mean, like, you know, it's a good looking crew. It's a good looking crew. We're gonna have you guys back on to make fun of you guys tomorrow a little bit, but thank you guys for coming.
What?
Rico's you're getting rid of me.
You're gonna see.
Make fun of us.
We're gonna make fun of one. We're gonna make fun
I
of
go.
I won't be here.
one.
I have a sick day tomorrow. I gotta go. My Uber's here.
So this is gonna be a fun one. This next one's gonna be good.
Oh my
We have, I think, I'm trying to see exactly what I want to do. You know what? Hold on. We're taking we're gonna do a one-on-one with this one. This is a very we'll do a little bit of an in and out. I was considering closing the show. You want to jump in? Jump in.
I want to say bye.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna watch Tenet.
How many? What are you Tenet? Where are you gonna watch Tenet?
You said you were just gonna close out the show, right?
No, I'm not closing out the show. I was gonna close out the show with this next guest, but I think we're gonna have a bounce.
Oh,
This is big. You guys have not.
I'll hang for a little bit.
You look homeless. This is like, honestly, this is like derelict. That's like that's what you are right now. This is like full-blown two-lander derelict.
You know what else? None of them wearing is mine.
We're getting to that right now. Elizabeth knows. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big one. Miss Chelsea DeMonico is in the back. Chelsea, my girlfriend.
So has no one ever visually seen anybody else in the show? Is that what the exciting like that? Like the
Chris, I don't know how to break this to you. We've been off TV for like 5 years.
I know, but like, do you ever do things like Instagram Live and stuff where they get to see people?
A little bit of Jules. So we do that with. A little bit. How are we doing over there, Jules? Can people hear us? What's going on?
Yeah, you guys
We're
are so
commenting.
louder.
Does anyone look completely different than they expected the others to look?
We're not seeing that in real time.
The comments?
Yeah, we have to talk louder, you said?
Yeah.
Is that everybody saying that? Are we ruining this for everyone? Is that what's going on? Should I bring this closer?
So you're good. Just talk loud.
Yeah? You're good. Just talk
Oh,
louder.
it is opposite.
Um,
Keep looking this way.
Tell people they can send in video questions if they click the hand on the right side of the.
So if you click the hand on the right side of your screen, click the hand, and you can send in a video question. And you can talk to the hand.
Nice.
Very nice.
Because the face don't want to hear it. Isn't that what they say?
Wow. See, I was worried I was the only one making like dad jokes.
You're rubbing off on
We're
me.
good. We're good. Chelsea is my fave.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
I would like to see actually right now if we, at this point, if Chels has done more shows than Chris.
Probably.
I don't know. Chris was very prevalent in
The beginning.
your earlier ones.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. So we'll jump into it. We'll jump into a question, and then I want to get into some personal stuff that isn't here. We'll have a little interview with some folks. So, Dear Albie, this is gift ideas for husband.
That moved fast.
Dear Albie, WTF do I get my husband who keeps buying himself stuff for Christmas every year? He's very generous with gifts to me and everyone else. But every year, all these packages arrive for himself due to Black Friday sales, etc. What do you and Chris want your girlfriends to give you? Candace, Jules, and Lauren help too. Signed, Prostitution Whore.
I have one question. Why do people still address things to Lauren? She never does this.
Lauren hates this show.
She
so
never
much. She hates me.
Ever does it, and she gets addressed like a
Show.
lot.
I don't think she hates me so much, but you know.
I mean, the direct question of what do I want?
What do you want?
I numerous times have said no, and I mean it. Like I'm very awkward with accepting gifts. I don't know about you. I'm not good at accepting.
I'm extraordinarily awkward with accepting gifts.
So for
crazy
me,
awkward.
I mean, but if I'm gonna choose something, like I'm an experience-driven person. Tell me we're going to dinner somewhere, going on a staycation of sorts. I'm into that. But honestly, I don't like much because if it's like nice and really fancy and expensive, I feel bad they spent the money. If it's not nice and I don't like it, I feel, how do I say that? I don't like gifts. But Cassandra is a good gifter.
She got you an awesome gift last year.
So yeah,
Your
it's one of my
penguin
favorite presents
painting.
ever. And then also she gave me a really good cologne for my birthday. So I don't really, whatever it is, I'm gonna like. Cause as long as it was, like if it was something that I would dislike, I'd go, wow, you don't know me at all. But that's not gonna happen. So anything thoughtful, I'm happy. I don't care if it's nice, big, small, expensive. Don't care.
Yeah.
Just think of something you would like. That's all.
I'm a terrible. My mom's watching.
Yep.
Mom's in. Mom's in. Oh, Caroline Manzo, say. Just says say at the moment. Is she? Oh, she's waving. That's fantastic. Thanks. Thanks for the wave. Wave as you drive by and don't come in. Thanks for nothing. Okay. I'm not just kidding. We love our mom very much. I was a little surprised she wasn't going to show up, but they didn't tell me they weren't coming. They just figured it out as the group text continued to go, and I was like, well, somebody has to, not be texting while they drive, but that wasn't happening. Hi, boys. Hi, Chelsea.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
great.
was okay.
Yeah.
That was good.
No,
That was nice.
Ma, do one of these little video things, okay? Do a video beak. Video beak.
My beak.
Anyway, am I a tough person to buy gifts for?
So without listening to the last podcast, I had ordered Al a squatty potty because he's
before?
been asking for it
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
He hints it all the time. He's like, Chelsea, go in Target and you see a squatty potty, pick it up for me. I'm like, first of all, I don't know if I want to do that purchase. Like, here, ma'am, like just check it out with my squatty potty.
It's like buying just a magazine and a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, but I ordered one online, so I'm very happy that is one of his gifts this year. I spoiled it already, but after hearing the podcast, I had to tell him because
Shit happens.
that was the one thing he asked for. Shit happens. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I'm probably a tough guy to buy for in the sense that I didn't know what to buy myself. I really don't know. I just don't think about it that way. You know what's weird about me? When I get a lot of things, but when I get a gift that I like, I will keep it in the box. I'm like, I'm so glad I have this. Put it on the shelf and never open it again. Because I'm like, I know it's there.
Get him a box.
Get him a box.
Just in the box.
Get him a box.
Well, she said he gets himself a lot of things. That's one, not I guess good thing about you, but there's so many options to get you for Christmas because Al rarely buys stuff for himself. I have to be like, babe, you need new shirts or socks or just things that anybody goes and buys. So it's easy to buy for you because I'm like, oh, he needs this, he needs this, he needs this. You like to buy for other people, which is good quality, especially Marky.
I don't know how, and I didn't find out about this until too late. Otherwise, I'd be there. Mom.
Such a lie.
We talked about this yesterday in depth. And Jules, you were at the house. Oh my God. She's just like you're lying in front of this entire screen of people. Hit the hand. Hit the hand. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand, Mom. I've got a couple. There's somebody. Because it's time's flying. Right now. Bullshit. Thank you, Mom, very much. I'd love to do a little bit of a showdown. Do either of you want to stay for this? I mean, you guys can argue.
I want to hear it first.
I'd like to have an intern be intern, almost like an exit interview conversation.
Who's the other?
Who's the other intern?
Oh, that's right.
You
Oh,
want to stick around for this?
no. Oh, and you know what? I consider you more. I don't know that Owen was. I considered him more like he had an employee role here.
Yes.
But also he took on a mascot role. Yeah, he took on a mascot.
Everybody really rooted for Owen. This is going to be an absolutely major debate. I think we should be here. But I think we need at least we need a Jules v. Owen. They haven't met yet.
That'll be fun. I will give up my seat to that. I might return
I
my
need to
back.
give up my seat too.
No, I think you should stay. Everyone was so excited when you got here.
You know what, Charles? Take the spot right there.
Go ahead, guys.
Owen,
If I don't see you, have a
Owen's
happy
moving on,
Christmas.
Move down. So keep it right there. Jules, I need you to come back in, please. Take the spot right there next to Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, the self-proclaimed.
I feel like I'm not even in this today.
Can you see that side?
Oh, gee.
Here.
You can see on because I was on
The very literal OG of the birthday. The first intern of my entire life. Well, actually, technically speaking, second. This is going back to the kids that guy's watching. But intern Jules obviously remains famous. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh off a haircut, intern Owen.
Oh,
This is nice. This is very right.
How's it going?
Owen.
Say hi.
No, just like he did. I like the silence he said even though it's very good. So much to discuss here. Have you guys met before? When you heard that there was an intern that was here. Bring that up. Chris. When you heard
say bye to everyone.
Huh?
I'll keep it quiet from here on out.
Yeah, Chris is leaving. It's amazing.
Thanks, God.
When you heard that there was an intern at the Berkeley,
Yeah.
were you bothered?
A little bothered. Like, what's going on?
Background though on him.
So, Owen, do you want to introduce yourself to everybody at home and how we know each other and all that other stuff?
Yeah, so I'm dating Chelsea's youngest sister, Augusta. And so that's how we met. Just through family gatherings and stuff like that. And yeah.
Right now, like I asked Owen the other day, and I'm gonna ask you now. How often do you think about me a lot? Or?
Yeah, I told him yeah, but not as much as he thinks probably. Nah, yeah, I mean here and there.
I'm just saying we got close, man. And so Owen, you started as an intern here, and then you blended into just like a job at the regular crew. You had your first day, which was a massive, massive, massive day. That is a legendary, legendary story at this hotel. Your first day, do you remember how you ended it? You don't remember how you ended your first day?
I do.
Yeah. So his first day ever, Jules, so you know. Now, Jules, the entire time, just so you guys also know at home, I have been telling Jules to come to work the entire summer. To which completely ignored me. And then all of a sudden now, for reasons maybe we'll get into, maybe we won't, Jules is all of a sudden also interested. Okay, she meets everybody, everyone's so handsome. Okay, that all of a sudden now Jules wants to be here all the time. So now Owen comes here his first day and checks into the whole system and everything else. Works. He was a busboy here. I said, "Oh, listen, if you're gonna start, we gotta start at the bottom. Work together, all right?" So me and Owen are cleaning tables up. Owen disappears, completely disappears. All right. He checks out. It's around 4:30 in the afternoon. We're doing a pool shift. Okay. 4:30. He's like, "I'm leaving. I'm out." Give each other a fist pound. All right. See you later. Okay. You don't remember this? Owen went into the pool with Gus, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And you were
Was that my
drinking.
first day? I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
You were just sitting there drinking. He just jumped into the pool, couldn't find Owen. And everyone was like, "Where's the new guy?" You know, he's in the pool. That's how it went down.
You're supposed to be thirsty?
It's hot. No, it's hot. I mean, like.
It was hot. It was hot.
It was hot.
Urbano told me
Super hot.
Urbano told me that he thought you had a mom.
Yeah.
He was mopping
It
grass.
was sweeping,
No,
I thought.
sleeping too.
Yeah,
Oh,
sweeping.
It was the sweeping thing. So now there's having both the only two the two interns closest to my heart are here. It's like unstoppable force, the logic thing. You want to jump into a question? You want to get some advice? Want to dish out some advice right now?
I'm already up here.
You're already up here. This is what I'm saying. Owen gets it. Subject: COVID crush, to pursue or not to pursue. Dear Albie and Owen, I met this guy in a dating app a little over a year ago. We talked for a couple of weeks, but nothing ever came of it, which I didn't expect I didn't expect it to since we live in neighboring states. But I definitely developed a crush. I'm no longer on the dating app, but we followed each other on Instagram and haven't really spoken since. Recently, I noticed he got a job literally around the same area I live. Do I shoot my shot and just see what happens, or should I wait until we can actually hang out? We're in the middle of a pandemic and it's getting worse where we live. I love both a male and female perspective. Is it fine for the girl to make the first move? I appreciate any advice you may have. Love the show. Diane. Yeah, I want you to go, man.
Okay, so I mean, definitely girl can shoot a first shot. It's not an issue at all, but I feel like definitely wait until you like see each other. I mean, you could like talk to her like a little, or it's a girl to a guy.
Yeah.
Talk to him for a little, but I wouldn't like do too much unless you can actually see him. It's like there's not any point unless you can see him. So.
Well, she's closer. She wants to know.
No, I know, but the COVID thing she was saying, like.
Well,
Yeah,
because
see
so
you.
now she said you got a job literally in the same area as she lives. Okay, they follow each other on Instagram. She's got a job in the area. Does she shoot a shot or wait till we can actually? Oh, so she says, or wait till we can actually hang out
For the pandemic.
for the pandemic. Which look, I get it,
It's
but
getting worse in their area. But yeah,
do you rekindle? So like, Owen, do you rekindle? I mean, I don't know. How did you and Gus meet? Were you guys at school together?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you have a moment? Okay, I love Gus too much to actually call her up here. I'm not going to do it unless you want to call him Gus. It's up to you. There's a chair. If you want to walk up, you walk up. So, was there a moment where you walked up to Gus and you walked me through that?
well, we were like talking a little before, so like we knew. But
You what?
No, just I'm saying like
it was like a planned thing. It wasn't like I walked up to her at a party or something like that.
that it was planned.
It was like a plan. Like we planned to hang out
Hmm.
after talking for a little while.
Okay,
You know, so
all right. So now, in this type of a situation,
that's why I was saying.
but if you couldn't hang out, right? Let's say so you guys are in college, like you're far apart, but you think the interest is there. Okay, so forget the COVID stuff. You're just too far away, but you know you're coming home. Like in a couple of months, you know you're coming home. You want to try and you want to simmer the pot a little bit. You want to shake it up, right?
It's worth it.
Yeah, do
If you
it.
think it's worth it, it's worth it. Yeah.
So I think the move is shoot your shot. Smiles in Spanish. You shoot.
I had to shout her out.
Yeah, always make the first move. I don't think it matters who makes the first move. I'm a big fan of if you're feeling it, go.
Yeah.
You know? What do you think, Jules?
I think shoot your shot.
Good. How do you feel about being next to Jules? Like the intern, like is there anything?
Nothing bad.
No, of course not.
Bad here.
My dad always said the worst they can tell you is no. Jules, do you feel awkward shooting your shot as a female?
No.
No?
You can't be afraid of rejection. Once you can get over the fear of rejection, then really you can do anything.
That's
It's true.
It's true. It is definitely true. You can do anything. I like this. Okay.
Good answer, Jill.
You were really good, man. You're taking
I mean,
Good job, Owen.
Yeah.
Owen!
Oh, that is quite the question. I will allow. I will. Here's what. Oh, wow, there's so many. Gab's here, Jim's here. This is so much fun. We're gonna have some brand new intros for you guys. Really quick, okay? Chels, can we have you back, please?
Yeah, Chels.
Sorry, no one was sharing.
Really quick, because we're gonna make this very, very brief. Okay, very brief. We have to address something with Jules. So, Jules woke up this morning. Her exact words to me when she saw me this morning were, Al, I'm sorry. And I said, Jules, don't say anything. I'm so glad this happened. We needed it for the show. We need something to talk about. It was, everyone, real quick clap. It was Jules' birthday very, very recently. So, Chels and I decided we're going to take Jules to dinner. Okay? So we go to dinner last night.
Got your back.
I would not suggest in any way that we were overindulging at all. This would just be personally. I don't know what's a lot of I don't know what a lot of drinking. I want to just jump in and comment. What do you think, typically speaking, is a lot of drinks for people?
Well, for me, like 3 drinks is like pushing it.
Okay.
I'm a lightweight.
Understood. Well, we got there, and when we sat down, I thought it was starting a little. We got off to a slow start.
Yeah.
It was almost awkward, which I didn't like.
Yeah, and you were like, let's do shots.
I said, "Well, do you want?" I said, "No." I said, "Do you want a shot?" Or something. You said, "Yeah, I want a shot." Okay, let's get some tequila.
Yes.
Okay, so we do a shot of tequila. Now we're drinking wine. Probably had about 1.5 2 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
Now this is where
Say more. We finished 2 bottles.
I'm gonna. Yeah, but I mean, there were it was a bunch of us there. It wasn't like you guys.
Yeah, right.
And so like how it went. Okay. Now, with all that being said, this is gonna take a different kind of turn than I think Jules is expecting. I blame the rest of this entirely on Chelsea. Entirely. Because now it goes, there's an espresso martini you've just got to try. She said that.
Yes.
Okay.
I've never had an espresso.
Never.
So I had to try it.
Okay. How was that? How did that
It was delicious.
go?
Going in, but how was it coming
If
out?
I could chime in on this conversation.
I wouldn't, because that means you have to take a drink. I'll be sure prepared for that.
So yes, I finished the night at dinner with an espresso martini. It's really good there. However, I did not push the 2 vodka sodas on her when we got back to the house.
No, not 2. You made them. You made them.
It was really good.
But you made them.
He says I make the best vodka sodas. So what am I supposed to do now?
Vodka
Make
soda.
her a vodka soda?
Quick. So anyway, so we make one, and then next thing you know, Jules disappears, and Jules got a little sick.
Yep.
You threw up all over the bathroom.
Sorry.
I think it's our apartment though, because the last time you stayed here, you got sick also.
I did. PTSD now every time I look at that bathroom.
Yeah, but that wasn't yours. Yeah, but I wasn't there.
No, you weren't.
No, we brought her. No, it was during the haunting.
Yeah, which is bingo night.
Okay, got it.
Oh.
It was before you.
But
said
witches bingo, you were good. You came here and
But
then.
no, look, and the other thing was this morning I felt so bad. I walked, and then it was all like a cherub.
I felt so bad.
Then she goes, "I'm sorry, Al." I said, "Jules, we did this so badly. It's fantastic. No, it's great." And then you just came in a little after. You're like, and I was like, "Yeah, I gotta go to work." You're like, "I'll meet you there."
I was texting Al all morning. I was like, "Al, is she okay? Is she okay?" Because I had to leave for work, and he wasn't answering. I was like, "Oh God, she must be not okay."
It's fine. Every once in a while, listen, sometimes the most comfortable place is the top. I understand. It's nice and cool.
It's
I
cold,
get it.
yeah.
I get it.
I sleep in Al knows. I make the room freezing.
When I'm comfortable with the people, then I'll drink more.
I get it. We're gonna let you off the hook, Jules. Get back in there.
Christine texted
We're
me.
gonna. Oh wow. Look at that.
Christine, you should be here. Sorry.
Christine should be here. Well, we tried. We tried with the whole thing. Did Candace write in a video thing? We have any of those? Do you have any
Oh,
video
I'll go
things?
check.
Let's check that out. Let's do we'll go and try to some new folks. Can I get our Bono back?
Sure.
Would you like me to stay?
Wait, you can say if you want. I was actually going to see if I won't say names. Does anybody definitely raise your hand if you definitely don't want to come on? Definitely don't want to come on. All right. So then we have one human for that. All right. Kim, you ready to roll? Come on.
Come take my seat. I kept it warm.
I'm gonna bump this from here. Kimmy,
No,
ladies and gentlemen.
love you all.
Top jacket. Well, you know. We got a couple things.
Yeah, maybe you need a.
We're gonna need. Huh?
My dad.
No. I was gonna say. I was surprised it came on. Well, you're jacket on, which leads me to believe. You know, Chelsea's dad's here too. What's up, Cam?
Hello, Al. How are you
We're
doing?
hanging. Right. So Kimmy's here. She's been with again pretty much day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump into a question.
Fourth of July weekend, right?
4th of July.
4th of July, yeah. Yeah.
I like this question for you.
Oh, okay.
I did. But I want to show some more faces here. It's a Dear Abby, the older one.
Oh.
Dear Abby, I know that I am a jealous to a fault, but how would you like it if just as you were leaving a party, an intoxicated woman grabbed your husband and gave him a long, hard kiss on the lips? My husband made no effort to free himself. He just stood here like a dummy while everyone laughed. This took place New Year's Eve, but that's no excuse. I got mad and ran to the car without my husband. He followed me shortly, full of lame excuses. The next day, I got several telephone calls about it. Everyone criticized me for being a poor sport. Nobody said a word about the woman who grabbed my husband and put on an exhibition with him. Was I wrong to be provoked? Still provoked?
Yes and no. Responding is a better reaction than reacting. Yeah.
Yeah, jump in. Come on, we have a chair. Yeah, is it
Yeah,
poor sport?
Yeah, I don't think she was a poor sport, but I think, sometimes in the moment you're so aggravated and you're so kind of like that you react, and later on you don't know. But I mean, it was New Year's, she was drunk, he stood there like a dummy. What do you expect? He's a man. You can't really expect much. Everybody was probably drinking, but I mean, to run out, it's dramatic and it sends a message.
Kim, if you're out, you're at a New Year's Eve party, someone plants one on your man. What are you doing?
I would have meant to do it KO.
I was gonna say, I think you knock her ass out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to run out, it's kind of like
To run out, no. I wouldn't run out.
yeah, right.
Probably,
You could have fun with it and then pull her into the bathroom. No, the wife, not him, her. Like, oh my god, that's so much fun. Let me go fix your lipstick, and then you come out by yourself, right?
I feel like though, in the gay world, right?
Yeah.
When you're in a relationship like that, first of all, and this is a real question. I don't know if I've asked this of Greg or whatever. Are threesomes more of a thing in the gay community?
I think there's a lot more communication, I think, and it's a little bit more honest in terms of sexual desires. I don't know if hetero couples talk the same about what they like, what they don't like, and I
Because
think
you guys all are at least attracted to the same thing.
yes,
So
but that's where it ends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's different levels of people, but ultimately, the most common denominator is sexual desire.
So if you were with if you were out and you're at a New Year's thing, whatever, and a guy walks up, a stranger, okay, you know that you got a boyfriend, right? You're walking around, okay, and a guy comes up, you both let's say find attractive, okay? Guy looks like Mike, all right, and just plants one on your boyfriend. Are you immediately like,
I don't know. Well, I mean,
That's
I don't know. It depends. I don't know. Again, I would try to respond and not react. So it really depends. Usually, the situations that I've been aware of, there's usually communication beforehand. Like, couples are either open to it, or they have a friend, or they talk about it and they're into it, or they're
feel it
yeah, they're both out into
it,
or they've agreed to go on the hunt for that. Like, this is what we're gonna
Yeah.
find tonight. Let's go get Chinese. You know what I mean? And you go find what you want. But just the spur of the moment, I don't know. I don't know how I would respond.
Now, if it happens to you, do you think? Do you stand there like is it a dummy thing? Stand like a dummy?
Probably.
I feel
not.
like that is-
Again,
Depends on how it kind of
I
looks.
respond very awkward. I
yeah.
respond very awkward.
Yeah.
Well, with the COVID, and all
COVID,
the
yeah.
diseases, it's
A
kind of
mass kiss.
like you know what I mean? It depends.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
this
I've
is
done
Dear-
it back then before.
This
We
is
kind of like
a Dear Abby. Okay, the comment was on the card for Dear Abby. Do you want to hear what she said?
what she said.
Dear Still, look at it this way. Your husband was victimized by a gal who was full of spirit of the ocean.
On the occasion.
Oh, the occasion. I thought it was ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It's because it was cut off. It had the thing. What do you call that? I digress. And full of the occasion and vice versa. I don't blame you for being provoked, but occasionally we all have to ignore things that provoke us. She's saying chill out.
Yeah. Well, she said he was victimized, which is very interesting.
That's not exactly.
Yeah.
That's not exactly.
Yeah.
They're not off by that.
Well, I mean, if the roles were reversed and it was a woman standing there and a man just went up to her and kissed her, it really is a form of violation or at least an unwanted
Yeah,
advance.
there'd be a lawsuit.
Yeah.
So Kim, you think but in your situation, you're going right to the girl.
I mean, if she's gonna plan one on my man, then yeah, it's not his fault.
I gotta be
But if
honest.
it was the opposite, then, I mean, it all depends on the situation, you know?
Bravo better pick y'all up for a show and call it like the bird.
Agreed.
No comment. Moving on. No, I think, honest to God, in that moment, I do think a modern day female now, the real reaction, I am not surprised, or I would not be like, shake that off and just, oh man, be part of the fun. I would expect, like, if Kim walked in, right, and you said flat out, I went to a party, this girl walked up to my guy, kissed her right on the lips, and I punched her in the face, I'd be like, that's
Good for
fucking
you.
yours.
Yeah.
I would get it.
Yeah.
I feel like I almost feel like that is a normal response.
Yeah.
Things have changed. We're like Abby, we're more physical in today's world.
Yeah.
Real quick, this is gonna be a good one. Kim, anything you want to just shout out to the I mean, you haven't been on a regular episode yet,
No, not yet.
and you've been a little
This
bit
is
annoyed
fun.
by that. I would
You guys
think.
are fun.
We brought it up. We brought it up a couple times,
Yes.
but I feel like it's a timing thing. You don't want to be on the show.
I mean, no, I'm all about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know if I put you on the spot.
Timing is everything,
It's a big thing.
you know?
Timing is everything.
So.
Candace Chewy says, "Hey guys, Can, you got to do the little hand thing. Do we have those? The video beats?
No, not yet.
You got to figure that out." Hey Can, so Cam was supposed to be here today. She's shipping things. Check out Dazzle Candy for your Christmas needs because at least stack up. Okay, that's what. So the Candace and Urbano show has to happen.
Let's go. Down.
It's got to be a thing. All right. But yeah, Kim, anything? Just a little bit about yourself. Anything you want to throw out there?
No, what? There it is.
They're here.
No, not really. Hey, friends.
Well, just
Now I'm
come
shy
by,
all of a sudden.
Come by. Well, we have a restaurant here in Bang Bang. If you ever want to see
Bang
Urbano,
Bang,
Bang
yes.
It's the best sushi in this damn town. I will say that. The best pho, which is actually pronounced pho. That's news.
Our
But
signature
otherwise,
cocktail is the Bangkok.
That is a thing. That is a thing. But we're gonna move on. Thank you guys both for coming. We're gonna move on to the next question. I don't know, Urbano, if you want to say, I'm gonna ask Bree. This is a frat rack question.
All right,
So
Bree.
It's called the frat rack question. We need Bree.
I'll put Bree
And
between the
can we get Handsome Mike? Can we get Handsome Mike back up here, please?
Mike, there's only 3 chairs, so
you
you gotta sit here.
Bree can sit on my lap. So we're gonna have everybody in. So Bree introduced me, for those of you guys who did not see this episode, Bree introduced me to the term homie hopping.
Homie hopper.
Homie hopping I did not know was a thing. And you said
And
you were
it should
introduced to
be.
it. You want to break down how you said you learned it from, and you wanted to clear this up. You said, oh, my friends at
Sigma Chi or whatever.
Hi, in Tampa, but honestly, this is something the homie hopper goes throughout all rounds of friendship. So a homie hopper is somebody who will initiate a relationship with one person in a friend group and then continuously do that throughout the friend group. And what this girl does not realize is that all of the friends are friends and they talk to each other. So she's basically the blind mouse.
Bree, what's the story with the when you become when they give you
Yeah,
a
so
founding father?
What's
Yes.
the
So the founding father is each frat has a certain amount of founding fathers, the people who founded the frat. I know Sigma Chi has 7. So basically a founding father is if it were Sigma Chi we're talking about, you would have to have sex with 7 members of the fraternity to become a founding father.
And then like, what do
And
they
when
get?
you become founding
What happens
father,
They get like pretty much like a swag bag. They get like a sweatshirt, like a t-shirt, you get some stickers. You know, you really wear it around. They usually have a ceremony for the girl
That's
also.
scandalous.
And it's like it's almost like a secret ceremony. She comes over, you're like, yeah, you invite her over, and then she gets there and everyone's like,
Are they embarrassed?
oh my god.
I was gonna say.
Hitting the sneeze
And
most embarrassing thing I could ever
and
imagine.
I was in Sigma Chi.
Did you see this happen?
So I might be able to attest to what you're saying.
Like at the same school? How does this work? My
No,
school,
I was
Florida
in-
didn't have any frats. I don't even know how frats stuff works.
Frats like go throughout all schools. They're like all like
International.
your
for the
brothers
most
and sisters.
Got it. We should start a Berkeley frat. I feel like we already have.
We
Yes.
are basically.
Urbana's the president. Initiation.
We do need to have some hazing for some new employees.
We do. We definitely will.
Yeah, anyone who starts here is getting.
So here we go.
At the
You
pool
got a
by
couple-
yourself at 100 degrees.
This is
That's
Dear
how I
Albie.
started.
It's titled Frat Rap. Dear Albie, hey guys, love the show and I've been a listener since day one. You guys are pure entertainment. I have a story for you regarding the frat rats. I had 2 friends in college who were great. Fun, nice, just all around good company. That being said, they both made their rounds in the fraternities at a pretty swift rate. Once they worked through all the guys at one, they moved on to another. My husband and I actually met in college, and lots of his fraternity brothers have slept with not one but both of the girls I am referring to. He and his friends actually still call them by nicknames they were given in college. Frat Potato, the Frat Mattress.
Frat mattress, that's a good one.
There's an emoji here. Oh, it's the monkey with the eyes. Okay. Add those to the Frat Rap vocab group. Both girls have since moved on to get married, have families, etc. So I think they have left their frat rat days behind them. Hope you all continue to find success and keep the episodes coming. Jillian, we have a chime. This is from Chris. In my fraternity, they call the girls they are close with the brothers' sweethearts. The title is reserved for the women that are extremely involved and genuinely care about the fraternity and its brothers. They're close to the members as you can be without literally joining. Chris G. That sounds like something different.
And I want to chime. Those women,
Ooh,
these-
Urbano chiming.
the mattress, potato mattress,
Yeah.
and the other one. You know what they do now? They circulate with personal trainers. They go to the gym
Okay.
and they sleep with all the personal trainers.
So give me,
That's fair.
what do you
I
call
would think
that?
that gym hoe.
Is that like a real
So
thing?
you're saying these are
I
like
think it's
married
more of
women?
like-
with
Yeah,
kids
I would
that are-
assume that once you leave that kind of lifestyle, you're not getting it from ShopRite, right? You're not going to Target.
No one's getting anything from shop.
The barista at Starbucks doesn't care, but the personal trainer will take your money for some squats.
Yeah.
So this is I just kind of feel like
If you were a founding father, can you come and message us and let us know? We won't blow you up, but
I only know
What's
a
the
couple
final
founding
question
fathers.
of the?
this wasn't
There's
so much.
not
There
one.
wasn't
Just
one
like
really. They're just trying to say, hey, keep it going. We know people that did this. And look, I would say this. Okay, here's where I would go into. Here's a question. If you met either, were you in a sorority? Now, is there an alternative to this of a guy that hooks up with all the girls in the sorority?
No. See, I was in I was in sorority called Sigma Delta Tau, so it was SDT, so everyone just turned it into STV. So I had basically no chance. I had 0 chance. I was already classified by the time that I was a freshman. So,
what was that?
But I will say that a sweetheart is totally different than a founding father. A sweetheart is someone who actually like cares about the frat and like wants to see them do well. Like a
That is
founding
true.
father is the polar opposite of a
That's true.
sweetheart.
It's very biker gangish.
A little
A little bit.
It's
It's
weird.
pretty
It's definitely
much
a
like
little weird.
just
All right, so let me hit you with this, okay? So you start, Mike. You start dating a girl, okay? You're talking to her, all this other stuff, whole thing. You guys are getting along. Okay, you're like 3 weeks in, like you're just getting to the point where it's like, hey, like I feel like this could be something cool. Everything's going good. But you find out she's got like one of them sweatshirts.
knocked off the island. Don't even lie right
It
now.
couldn't be over fast enough. If I heard that,
Honestly, founding fathers are the
I-
first people to get X'd out.
I have a hard time.
But do you want to know? Like, do you really want to know all the exploits of your exit, or like,
Of course not.
if you date
No.
someone, do you
Not
really want to?
all,
like that.
not all, but I think that's significant. And
Well, if you
I
know
know
that,
we
I
can't
think
go
a few
into that
things-
church.
I think
And
a
I
few
think-
things are significant. I think that sweatshirt example is one. But I also think if it's also been your friend in the past,
well, let's say it's
I
a
think
different
that's
school
significant
altogether.
as well.
Let's say it's a different school completely altogether, or you just see it. Like you just see it's a different frat, everything. You're gonna see the sweat.
She
You know
got
what
a
it
sweat?
means?
No.
Like she's cleaning up like when you're moving in together.
Maybe she kept the
Oh, I'm
sweat.
just gonna like throw this
Yeah.
out.
She wouldn't even buy her own clothes.
No, there's just. I mean, I do believe that like girls
did
will
it
hit
for the-
like a stage right in college and have that fun like period. And I almost want to disagree a little bit with what you said. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. You're definitely not wrong, but not every girl's gonna fall to that category. That
No.
also had their time in college, right?
Well, I
But-
think the founding fathers, if you're that
The
type,
founding
Potentially,
fathers
yes.
are a type.
But
I
in the
would say.
moment, in the time, no,
I don't think
I
so.
it would skew me.
And I don't think you should because that is like an.
nor should she be
a
shamed
harbor.
though. I mean,
She
like,
shouldn't be shamed,
She
but-
shouldn't be shamed. The guy
Not
is like,
shamed.
oh look, he slept with all the cheerleaders and he's
You saw the 7
and he's a
guys.
stud.
It's pretty easy for girls to get tricked by guys, I feel like, too. Like, they could just, like, be like, oh my god, he's the best. And they're like, oh my god, I'm a founding father.
Yeah.
And then it's like, they cross that boundary.
I'm too
where they're-
jealous of a person and would like to say I have high
I think we would all be
expectations
too jealous
I
of a
would not.
person.
That I would not.
No, I don't think
What
anybody
did you,
wants.
Al, like, what would you say in that
Look,
scenario?
I think I'm
feel
a
like
believer of this. Okay, I like to deal with things that are in the present, right? So you judge people off how they handle themselves in the present and all that
Yeah.
other stuff. That's how I go with. I don't worry too much about if it's something that's like indicative of a person's character in a sense that like
Yeah.
you walk in there and they've got like I don't know some wild like I don't know the type of thing where like if you're in a situation you see
Like Hofies instead of trophies.
yeah,
Now Hofies.
and it's like if they got a scrapbook of the stuff and it's like oh hey you're some of my favorite times that's a
And
problem.
the founding fathers
Right,
would. They would have a scrapbook. They would love it. That would be the
So,
personality trait. I
If
am
that
a
is
founding father.
right, so
Like,
if you've got the type of thing where you're like celebrating that stuff, that might make me say, is this somebody in a relationship that I can't necessarily trust? That might make me think a certain type of way. But I think at the end of the day, people can grow up, they can change a little bit here and there, they go through different points in their life. There are a lot of people that I think just kind of like sometimes you got to go through some crazy stuff to get to a place where you can appreciate normal things. Like if you're dating somebody that's never had like been through some real shit, okay, I'm gonna get deep in this whole place right now. Wow.
I'm ready
Make
for
it a
this
crack.
one.
If you're dating somebody that's never been through some real shit, that's gonna be a fucking problem relationship.
Yeah.
Because
That's so true.
they're going to think that everything is just a step
Perfect.
up,
Everything's perfect.
and that's not like so. Like if they haven't gone through some things, you have to kind of appreciate the
struggle is real.
The second
I
there's
definitely
a fight,
agree.
a disagreement, anything that's not seen in the same exact way, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, life is not perfect. Situations are not perfect. Relationships are not perfect." And they're gonna buy a sweater like your Bono did, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, everything's okay," and they're not gonna think about that. But
Thank you guys for coming up. We have would founding father also be considered a legacy within a frat? How does that work?
Yeah, they would be 100%.
What
I
is a
think
legacy?
that is a
No,
legacy in a frat. Is basically
A legacy.
you're part of the frat because you were a legacy. Like
A legacy means like I had an older brother that was in the same fraternity, right? So then I go to school, and then if I join that same fraternity, I'm a legacy. So you get like
but
a
I
step
think,
up in the recruiting process.
like you basically, if you're a legacy, you're getting into the frat or
No,
sorority.
What's
Most
some
likely,
weird,
okay,
Did
most
you have to do any weird stuff for
99.
the recruiting
Yeah,
process?
Oh, yeah.
always have to do some
Well, not
weird
in
shit.
the recruiting process, but in the pledging process.
Is that paddle thing real? The
Oh,
paddle
there's-
thing's real? Oh my god.
there's all sorts
Hang on,
of-
Wait, watch.
There's
Watch
all
it,
sorts
Uh,
of hazing.
Signing up.
The paddle is
I
real?
can't say.
The haze the gals, the haze the girls,
I
the
can't
guys.
I'm gonna get everybody out of here. Fine, I'm asking you to stay. Okay.
Or why
Uh,
you say?
I'll stay.
Bree, Mike, show everybody your face one more time. Everybody wants to see it. Look at that. We're gonna have one more question to close. I need two of the three Demonico ladies to come up
Happy
to
holidays.
close it out. Can I get
Happy
Today and Shells and Mama D up here, please? Let's go. One more. And then people are saying that real quick. People are saying Mike is hotter than Nick Lachey. Are you on that?
No, I didn't send that in.
No. Do you agree with what they're saying?
Sure, yes.
He didn't remember.
He was married to Jessica Simpson.
Oh, I don't care.
We're gonna close
I don't
out.
think he was that. I
No,
don't think
Mario
Nick
Lopez.
Lachey is good looking.
Mario Lopez.
We're gonna close out with this. How we doing, Jules? You doing okay over there? Sharon or White Castle, guys?
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
I'm okay. Last one. Jules, are we doing okay? We doing good?
Yeah, keep going.
All right. Gotta yell at me.
Wait, we got Candace.
We got Candace? You have a thing? What do we have?
Hold on.
That was nice.
That was good.
So Candace really was actually very busy. She does these hot chocolate bomb things. Have you heard
It
of them?
looks so good.
They're just a little. You just pour milk over like a big bowl of chocolate, and it makes a hot chocolate. It's
explodes.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty wild. But check Can out. Support Can on the Daz. And we wish she was here.
On the dad.
On the Daz.
I like that.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a whole thing. Anywho. All right, so here we go. Sorry in advance for what, Dear Albie, sorry in advance for what may be a long read. I would also like to remain anonymous. All right. I just started listening to the podcast recently, and right away I was a fan. It is hard to find people you can listen to or speak over and over without getting bored. But you guys are nothing short of entertaining every time. So, I need your opinion, advice, whatever insight you may have to add. Me and my boyfriend have been together for what will be 3 years in January. We have been living together for 1.5 years. We've had multiple conversations about our future, married, kids, a house, etc. But yet, I feel like something is holding him back. Last year, he told me that he was going to propose to me around my birthday, but we ended up going on a pricey vacation. We left no money. Did you
I didn't write this question. And I'm not wearing proposal nail colors
Yes,
for the
I
record,
get you.
everyone.
For the ring he was supposedly going to buy.
No.
I wasn't even expecting it at the time, so I just let it go. As time went on, I just forgot about it, and I've been happily living together as BF and GF. He had sent me pictures of rings on multiple occasions, and he told me that he picked one out he really liked. Fast forward, it's now COVID times. My birthday just passed in September, and I recently expressed how I would be ready to get married in the next year or so. Maybe it was too much to bring it up. He then expressed to me how he doesn't have money for a ring due to his business being slow, and he has a lot of bills to pay off just from these crazy times and having to catch up. While I completely understand the lack of finances and how this pandemic has changed our lives, he will bet numerous amounts of money on sports betting and spending on other things. To me, it's not really taken seriously, and I just want to know, am I being impatient after the amount of time we've spent together, wanting to get married already? How long do you think it's a reasonable amount of time to get engaged in? And do you think he's making up excuses because he doesn't want to get engaged? Emily.
You just said you wanted to be anonymous.
What is his name there?
Emilio.
Emily is not the name. It's somebody else.
Emily Dickinson.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. What's the name in there, man? I do know that. I'm like, this is
No,
Yeah.
it didn't
I'm
actually
like-
say Emily. You're just kidding. It really said something else, but he's throwing you guys off.
this is where but this is good.
Could I
Why put the name on the bottle?
Yeah. You know what it is? But he set himself up. He's doing too much. You can't send pictures and what do you like and how do you want it? Oh my God, and now my business is bad. It's like, girl, you set it up. You can't send pictures. Ask what she likes. Get her opinion and then be like, oh, I can't now. It's catfishing, bro.
I completely agree.
He catfished her.
True.
He catfished her.
I agree. I don't
At
think
the same time, I'm sorry, but if he's gambling, you can't throw, one thing has nothing to do with the other. Don't like throw it in my face that I like White Castle when I drink because you're mad I didn't clean the kitchen. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, if you're stalling about the ring, you're stalling about the ring. Don't bring up all my other faults to kind of piggyback on why you're right and I'm wrong. Catfishing is one thing. If he wants to gamble, that's his choice. At least you still want to marry him? You still want that ring? He's gambling.
if you are
Right?
saying because you're
I
gonna,
doubt he's gambling ring money too.
Well, that's what she
Like,
said.
is he gambling ring money or is he gambling like $5 bets on the
Yeah,
weekend?
but
or little
it's
things like
important
that?
enough for her to mention. I don't know. Can we go back?
if you're committed here, you take the whole question. If you're committed enough, let's take the second page. if you're committed enough to what you're saying, if you're justifying, oh, hey, we're gonna have a future together and all that other stuff, and you're willing to throw money, if you're using money as a reason you're not progressing the future, or you're wasting money at the same time, like if you owe me money, okay?
No,
But
numerous amounts of money. Numerous amounts.
numerous amounts.
Numerous
which is
amounts.
Kind of always the case.
Both are
But,
plural.
But here's the thing: if I owed you money, okay?
Yes.
Let's say I owe you $100, all right? And we're out, and I'm talking, and I haven't paid you back, and I'm out, and I'm like, oh man, I got money in this game. Are you not pissed at me?
No, I'm hoping you win.
Well,
Because as soon as you win,
They might
I'm
have.
gonna be like, all right,
but if I'm like, oh yeah, you know,
not in the moment, but
in my register.
yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of like when you lend somebody money for whatever you lend it, you have to kind of, unless there's a, you know, hey, you got to pay me back at this point in time, or this is the deal. But if that's what's important to you at that moment, give it to me when you got it. Hopefully you win, and then you'll give it to me, and then you both, you know, give me a little boost on the side. Like, oh, you hooked me up with $100, thanks. This 125.
I'm not a big fan too of like, and maybe this is a newer thing. I kind of feel like the engagement question years ago was a surprise. Like, was it more of a like? Was it more of a?
I don't know, but he's doing a lot.
Have we walked through your engagement story? We walked through my parents' engagement story on this.
Have we walked through your engagement story?
We
So
have not.
was it a surprise thing, or were there
I knew it was coming. I probably expected, you know, I had an expectation in my head.
Mhm.
We all know what happens with expectations.
Facts.
That.
Yeah. I expected to be
But it was
super.
so good. It was really
Yeah.
good.
I'll back you up after this. I got you.
No, it was really, really good. But, you know, there was a build up to it.
Mhm.
And then it happened. And it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. But I think you
It's
have
like
that
Christmas, all that build up, and then
Yeah.
it's over.
Girls have this huge expectation of everything in their head. They
Really?
truly do.
Have you proposed, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a build up of the proposal?
No, it was a sneak. It was a sneak attack. It was just like,
You're just like,
yeah.
She didn't
But
know
I
it was coming.
but I had talked to her mom. I said, listen, this is what I want to do. Like I went that way. Like I was proper about it, but I didn't. She didn't know.
do you think that's
There's
it?
a question from the audience.
Audience, please.
How did the engagement happen? I want to know.
How did the engagement happen?
Your love story. Yeah, but
So
you better
The love story
you better
starts.
save
I mean,
yourself
listen,
right here.
yeah.
No,
Poor
so
fathers in the audience.
That's why I'm not ever coming on.
I don't know. The El Capitan it's a great
So
story.
I had moved up. I had moved up to New York from Maryland, and we had an apartment.
I think it was more like a gold ticket.
Golden ticket. My dad calls it a golden
It was a
ticket.
golden ticket.
Lottery ticket.
I was working at the time, and
How many
Anthony
jobs?
got home early, and he cooked this amazing meal. And I think he was so nervous about it. Like I walked up the steps to the apartment and I could smell this delicious food he was making and candles were lit and I was like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a great night. And I think he came right to the top of the staircase with the ring.
Aww.
And it was so sweet because he's so handsome and there were candles and everything smelled good and I was like, yes, like it was good.
I think that's better than good. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the helicopter?
And then we met all our friends and our families out that night. So it was
Aww.
So do you think it's the type of thing now though, like that is a production, like where you have to kind of really like prep? Do you almost think nowadays, right? Not getting a heads up that you're
Are you
getting
asking for
engaged.
personal reasons?
No, I'm just asking flat out. That not getting engaged, like getting engaged now. Do you think that not giving a heads up in a weird way is almost messed up? Because I've had a couple people who've talked about this in the show
I
that
don't know.
not letting a girl know, not like a little bit of a hint to dress up for the occasion. We talked about engagement in pink forever.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation.
I think whatever works for the couple. I think you know.
I don't
what?
know. It depends on what you're into.
I got a lot of, especially from Candace. Candace, I know you're still watching. Hopefully you're still watching. But every time I go on vacation with my family, with my girlfriends, now with Al, I always get pink. I don't get pink to like hopefully get a ring. I just always get pink. It looks good with every single bikini. If you're going on a
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what we're looking at. Oh, let me see your nails in that bikini.
Well, I mean, but listen. Chill
But
out.
that's the part I like. So when Candace was like, oh, she wore pink, Al, because she was expecting a ring, that wasn't the case. I wear pink all the time. I like certain
I-
things
I
going
would
out.
just
Right
say-
now it's red because it's the holidays.
I would just
Fuck,
say,
marry, kill. Chris, Mike, or Albie?
That was
We already asked that.
Oh, I missed that.
Albie, Owen's girlfriend is very
yeah, that's something. Owen, your girl's right.
But you know, I would honestly, I'd look at it and I'd say, just chill out. It's affecting business. Guys, this was so much fun.
So much fun.
Glad everybody was here. We're gonna wrap this whole thing up. We love you all for
Happy
tuning in.
holidays.
Have a sweet holiday, all that good stuff. You want to say bye to everybody?
Stay safe, spread love,
Stay safe out
not
there.
diseases.
Stay safe. We've what's
Can you
that?
give us
Anything
the
else to pop up?
I think we're done because it's kind of a small little frame. If you want to say bye to everybody, I hope Jules, are you worried? Have you been texting your family after you left?
I just asked my mom, like, did you listen? Yes, I did.
Hi, everybody else. Guys, have an awesome holiday. We love you all. Keep listening. And we got some big announcements actually coming up everybody. So we'll probably do this on one.
We should do this again.
Yeah.
This was fun.
We will.
And don't forget to rate and review.
Yes, please do all that stuff because I get screamed at. Like literally, I get screamed at. Please tell your friends to subscribe, rate, review, all that other stuff. And visit Vermont, apparently. Check that out. That's a good thing too. How we do? We do good?
Great.
All right. Not bad. For hangover. Guys, we love you very, very much. I'm not doing this off, but peace out. Catch you next time.